Bet. Here we go. Here we go. Once again, welcome to the Sports Section Morning Show, episode 11 on Monday, July 24th. July 24th. Let's jump right into it. We got them beautiful, Bluetiful Oilers uniforms that dropped last night around 8 o'clock. We were recording the Exit 1 show. When they dropped, man, they look amazing. They look amazing. Let me take a look at them real quick. So I don't know about y'all, but I went to the Titan shop. I couldn't stop putting shit in the cart, man. I'm telling you. I could not stop. They got so much good merch on there. And this ain't an ad or nothing. I don't have no affiliation with them, but they got so much good shit on there, man. I can't wait to cash them out. So, Houston fans, of course, are still pissed. I don't understand why. Like John McClain made a good point. He said, when the Titans moved up to Nashville, they wore the uniforms for the first 2 years as the Tennessee Oilers. Houston fans didn't care then. After they got the new stadium and whatnot, they, got new uniforms. They still got that Columbia blue that the Oilers have in the damn jerseys. Texans fans weren't mad about that. Well, there wasn't no Texans fans then, but Houstonians were not mad about that. Now, lo and behold, they're pissed. I'm not understanding why. I guess they're saying because, I can't even understand why they're mad about it. You should have paid up when Bud was wanting a new stadium instead of keep trying to have him play in the damn Astrodome. That's just what it is. So, it's just a matter of motherfuckers being jealous that they don't have throwback uniforms because they don't have no history. That's what it is. That's what it is. Houston fans mad they ain't got no history. Their history is fucking David Carr, one of the Carr brothers. That's their history, and that's the problem with them. But let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Training camp starts this week. I know the first open practice is Saturday. I and TFTV do plan on being there for the first open practice to training camp. Try and get y'all some footage and content, sort of behind the scenes look of being at practice and whatnot. But I think the actual training camp starts here on, let me see what the date is. Also, by the way, I thought it was interesting. You couldn't buy a DeAndre Hopkins jersey. At least I tried. And it doesn't give you the option to get a 10 Hopkins jersey unless you customized it yourself. So that was interesting too. TFTV will be doing a live watch along of the Errol Spence and Bud Crawford fight this Saturday. So it's going to be really, really good time. It's going to be in the new studio we've built. And man, we're going to have a hell of a time up there. So predictions for that. Me personally, and y'all let me know in the comments in the chat who y'all think will win between Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. But me personally, I'm not saying Bud is going to whoop his ass, but I think Bud is going to work him. Honestly, this man Errol, like Terrell said in the show last night, this man Errol Spence, bro, this man got an S curl. You ain't winning no fight with no damn S curl. Come on now. Bud coming there with a low fade, finna work your ass. Chat saying Spence by decision. Ain't no fucking way. Well, it is a way. I ain't gonna lie. Let me look up the betting odds for Spence and Crawford. I wonder who's favorite. If you think Spence is winning by decision, put your money on it. Let me see. With the odds. Errol Spence plus 150, Bud Crawford minus 146 on the money line. Yeah, you might win some money if you get Spence by decision on the with the bets. You might be able to make some money, make your money back from when you bet on Ryan Garcia against Tank. I don't know why you did that. Not on the decision. You're gonna come up if you go on the decision. You might not be working no more. Nah, it ain't like that. But shit, man, I don't see Spence doing it's gonna be, they both real technical, so it's gonna be an interesting battle. It might start off a little stale, but once it opens up, I think Bud is gonna work his ass. I really do. And once again, we'll be live streaming that on Saturday. So make sure y'all call in 931-603-1476. I remembered the number for once. 931-603-1476. Let me make sure it's the right one because it just came out too easy. Pause. 603-1476. I got it. Man, it's going to be a good day. Y'all call in. Let me know what y'all think about the Bud Crawford, Errol Spence. Who y'all think is going to win that fight? Y'all let me know. And of course, it'll be for Spence's WBC, IBF, and WBA welterweight title, and Crawford's WBO welterweight title. So they got a chance to unify these belts. It's going to be a good fight, but I think Bud Crawford is going to get the win. Honestly, I really do. All right, on to Christian Pulisic. Christian Pulisic. He had a really good match against Real Madrid in a preseason friendly. He got an assist. Granted, he was playing off the left, so that's the dilemma with him at AC Milan that's assuming they have Leao on the left. I feel like Ricky Bobby there. I didn't know what to do with my hands. But they can't play him they can play him on the left, but if they play him on the left wing, that means Leao would be down the middle, and he hasn't really played down the middle that much for Milan. He's best used on the left. So that ends up with Pulisic sort of being asked out of his position that he's played the most senior football at so far, which has been a left wing. But I guess one of the contingencies of him signing there at Milan, I'm assuming, and this is according to reports that came out around the time of his signing, is that they will be playing him in a 10 role, sort of right behind the striker. So with that could allow Christian Pulisic to be a lot more creative. He could drop in the midfield a little if he wants, and it'll give him opportunity to be able to run at these center backs and run at these defensive midfielders and use his pace. And what he's best at is running at guys and trying to create off that. So, in my opinion, it looks like they'll probably have Leao on the left, Pulisic in the 10. I'm not sure who they'll have on the right wing. It's possible they'll have Weah out there. I think they signed Weah. Or did Weah go to Juve? Where did Tim Weah go? I'm pretty sure he went to Juve. Let me see. Yeah, he's playing for Juve. So I'm not entirely sure who they'd have on the right out there. They'll have some random Italian like Bonaventura or some shit. But Giroud will probably be down the middle playing as the 9. And Giroud's really good with his link up. Of course, he's former Arsenal striker. But he's really good with having these but the smaller, diminutive, faster playmakers behind him that are able to play off of him. Because Giroud's really good with flicks, laying the ball off, holding the ball up for those creative guys to come around him and play off him, either running behind or just play like little 1-2s, which would be really good for Pulisic. I'm really excited to see what he does in the 10 role. And obviously, he got an assist against Real Madrid. Granted, it was on a corner, but it was a good delivery. And if he's already taking corners at Milan, that's a really good sign. Really good sign that he's in favor with their manager already. And the team sees him as one of the best dead ball operators they have in the squad. So that's another way he'll be able to pad his assists and such, is being on the spot kicks. He's not going to take penalties, but being on the corners, you could really flex up your penalty, your assist in that manner. So shout out to the viewers we got in here. Make sure y'all join the chat with us in here. Y'all call in 931-603-1476 if y'all have anything to talk about Titans wise, Errol Spence fight, Christian Pulisic, and we're gonna talk about this Mbappe bid in a little bit. It might be a shorter show because we really hit on a lot Friday, and it's really been a slow point in sports. We'll talk about Brian Harman. I think his name's Brian Harman, the winner of the Open Championship out at Royal Liverpool over the weekend. But back to Pulisic, and it's an important year. There's Copa America coming up next year, so he's got to have these minutes. He's got to log these minutes and really take that next step as a player, because I think he's 24 years old. He's coming into his prime, and he hasn't played many minutes over the last couple years. He played a little bit under Lampard. Tuchel had him playing wing back when he was at Chelsea, and then he didn't really play under Lampard when he came back because he was injured and such. But this is an important point in Christian Pulisic's career and could really shape his legacy, for lack of a better word, because he came in with all the hype, went straight to Europe, played for Dortmund, did okay there, had a big money move to Chelsea, and then just faltered there. But that's not necessarily on him, because a lot of young talent has went and faltered at Chelsea. You got your Kevin De Bruyne. He's one of the best players in the world. He faltered at Chelsea when he was young. Mo Salah, one of the best players in the world on his day when he went to Chelsea. I mean, the list literally goes on. Tomori and AC Milan, he's from Chelsea. I mean, it's just Tammy Abraham. He was banging in goals for Roma. The list goes on for youngsters at Chelsea. Jamal Musiala at Bayern Munich, teenager. He couldn't break it at Chelsea. They didn't really give him the opportunity, but he's still in that same cloth of your De Bruyne's and your Salahs. And, it remains to be seen if we could throw Pulisic in that list for players that were really highly sought after and players that were really deemed as, wonder kids, for lack of a better word, that just couldn't cut it at Chelsea for one reason or another, whether that's, Chelsea really hasn't ever been a club that's identified with playing, free flowing, attacking football, more so like an Arsenal or, I can't even say Manchester City, but that's changed. Pep is bringing that back a little bit. But like your Arsenals, your Barcelonas playing free flowing, attacking football, Chelsea hasn't really identified with that as a club over the last, and that goes back to Mourinho. And that's just not something that they've prioritized as a club. They've prioritized winning trophies and such, and it's worked for them. They've won. I mean, it's debatable if you would say that they've won as much as they should with how much money was invested into the squad over the years with Abramovich, but they just don't identify with playing free-flowing attacking football. Bringing back Pochettino is an ode to that, to try and get back to that, but in the past, they have not. That just hasn't been them. So that's another reason why a lot of these young attacking players have not succeeded there. But I do see Christian Pulisic succeeding in a Italian league that's not as strong as the Premier League. It's still a really good league, don't get me wrong, but it's just a more defensive league, and there's not nearly as much talent widespread as it is in the Premier League, and it's a little bit slower, the style of play is and such. Also says you took Captain America from him because of his stint with Chelsea. Think it's looking like it was more Chelsea than him. That's a good point, And well, he took the Captain America thing from himself because Chelsea was trying to dub him as that, and he didn't want to go along with the shenanigans. I guess that's why they want Balligan, because Balligan's all for that shit. But he's still Sergeant America. Balligan's Captain America, of course. But I do think that he'll improve once he leaves Chelsea. I mean, a lot of players do. More times than not, when they leave Chelsea, they improve, especially attacking players. I mean, that's not, at this point, it's not a coincidence. You know what I mean? But yeah, he's got a little ways to go before he can be dubbed Captain America again. I'll be honest with you. But that'll bring me to, we'll talk about Balligan too. Arsenal got packed by Manchester United in a friendly on Saturday at MetLife Stadium up in New Jersey, in East Rutherford. And, really, I ain't even going to say they got packed. I'm just trying to be funny. But Arsenal played decent. They controlled the ball. They controlled the game. United got away on a couple transitions, a couple balls over the top. Gabriel, Bozo Gabriel, he's got the Bozo gene in him, man. He's good for a fuck up or two every couple games. He's been a solid defender, don't get me wrong. Gabriel Magalhaes, I can't even pronounce his name, fam. It's like some Portuguese, Brazilian shit that my tongue don't roll that way. But Gabriel, they kick a ball over the top to him. He does some shit I would do. He fucking swings his left leg at it, trying to kick it, and misses the ball completely, and then they go on a break and they score. So that was one fuck up that they had that was a direct contribution to a goal, and then Ramsdale let him get beat on the near post. Ramsdale had a screw up, which is unlike Ramsdale. I expect that from Gabriel every couple games, but Ramsdale, he don't really have a mistake in him like Gabriel does, and that was where the second goal comes from. Good finish by Bruno, and then I forget who got the second goal. Who got the second goal? Was it Sancho? Sancho. Yeah. Jadon Sancho. Sancho and Bruno Fernandes with the goals in the match in the first half. But, and it was interesting because Arteta started Declan Rice in the 6 and Havertz, who was, I don't think he should be a midfielder, but he started him as a midfielder and had him playing deep in that left 8, Odegaard on the right 8, and Timber was playing right back. Other than that, it was Saliba, Gabriel, and Tomiyasu at left back. And then up front, we had Jesus didn't start. It was Nketiah played down the middle. Saka started on the right. And on the left, I want to say it was Martinelli. I want to say it was Martinelli on the left. But, ultimately, Arsenal controlled the game, but they just weren't progressive enough with their passes. And, a lot of times Arsenal are able to create some like pseudo transitions. When I say pseudo's not really the word, but they're able to manufacture transitions when they're getting pressed high and they just play through the press. They did that to a decent, actually, Man United didn't give them a chance to do that because Man United wasn't pressing high. They sort of sat back in a mid block and just allowed Arsenal to pass the ball along their back line, which is what Arsenal did. But there was no incision in any of that passing. So, yeah, Arsenal controlled the game and they had a lot of possession, but they didn't do anything with the possession because there was no incision with moving the ball forward. Declan Rice, it wasn't his best performance, but with Arsenal fans, of course, were in a fucking panic after losing a United in a friendly. It's not that big of a deal. One, it's a friendly. Two, the midfield that Arteta threw out there had never played together at all, but beyond training. Havertz, Odegaard, and Declan Rice. That's going to take some time to gel. That's going to take some time to gel. And Arteta alluded to that in his press conference after the fact, saying it's going to be a lot better when them guys, and he was exaggerating a bit. He's saying when they have 55 games under their belt together as a midfield, when Odegaard, Havertz, and Rice, which I don't agree with. I don't want Havertz in the midfield. I'd rather him playing up top. But he has a point with there's not a synergy between those three of how to create solutions for themselves when they're getting pressed and whatnot. So that's going to come with time. But it's just a matter of getting some continuity. It took Partey a year to learn that 6 role that Arteta demands and the pivot. It's just a complicated role because you're the fulcrum of the whole team. You're the extra man in the buildup. You're the extra man when you're going through trying to work through their mid block, and you're a circulator in the final third. So first, second phase, you're the main man, and then when you get to the third phase, you're a circulator. So Rice just has to get used to that. It took Partey, like I said, it took Partey a year to really fine tune that. But I wish Arteta would have played them together in the friendly because I think that's really what our midfield is going to look like unless we've signed another midfielder. But I don't see they're saying we might sign Kudus from Ajax, but I'm just not seeing that. But it just takes time. It just takes time to understand Arteta's system, one, and beyond understanding it, being able to apply it on the pitch when you're facing a good team like United. Shout out to Heflin, man. What's going on? He said, "What's good, my guy? Tuning in at the end of this damn third shift." I hear you. How you been, man? Appreciate you joining. But it just takes time with Arsenal. They're supposed to play Barcelona here on what day do they play Barcelona? I know Barcelona they're fighting a gastroenteritis bout with the whole squad. The whole club had it. Let me see when they play Arsenal. They play Arsenal on Wednesday, 9:30. God dang. Jeez, and LA. So yeah, they play Barcelona playing Arsenal. They should beat them pretty well with them not training anything because they've been sick. But it just goes to the point of I'm eager to see what Arteta does with one, Declan Rice, if he plays him in the pivot, or if he plays pivot, or if he plays Partey and Declan Rice. What are they going to do? Is Declan Rice going to be the one that goes higher up the pitch? Is Partey going to be the one that sits in the pivot? Or are they just going to play as literally a double pivot where Partey will shift more to the right because he's been playing a lot more right back. He came on Saturday and played right back. Are they going to, well, he moved to right back. He's playing in the pivot a little bit, then moved to right back once I brought Georgie on and all that. So would they do a double pivot where Partey shades to the right and Declan Rice shades to the left? It's just going to be interesting to see. And, of course, Zinchenko should be back. I mean, this motherfucker never plays. Never plays. He's not one of my favorite players. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm not a fan of. Chad said they've been eating them chili dogs. Ain't no telling what the hell they been eating out there in L.A., man. But the whole team is cooked, done. With the gastroenteritis. It's bad. So been good, bro. Just been doing what I'm doing, yeah. Yeah, everything good with us in the family, man. Hope everything going well with you and yours, too. Make sure you tap in on Saturday. We're doing a live stream for the Terrence, Crawford, and Errol Spence Errol Spence fight on Saturday. Make sure you tap in with that, man. We're going to have a good time in the new studio, man. It's going to be fun. And once again, we recorded the first episode of the Exit One show last night. So that will be up on Tuesday. I'm going to drop a little teaser of the show in a reel or a TikTok today. But the whole podcast will be up on Tuesday, July 25th. I don't know how many times it's going to take me to remember the damn date. Tuesday, July 25th. So, man, we had a hell of a time recording last night. It was really good. And I can't wait for y'all to see it. Cannot wait for y'all to see it. All right, moving on. Mbappe to Al Hilal. This is a team over in Saudi Arabia. They throwing that money around, boy. They throwing that money around. This is also the team that already has Ruben Neves, Milinkovic-Savic, and Kalidou Koulibaly in their squad. And they just submitted a bid to PSG, and it was accepted for Kylian Mbappe. Saudi club accepted bid for 300 million euros. Hey Siri, how many euros is 300 million to dollars? I don't need her to say nothing though. $333 million just to get the rights. Just to get the rights to get Kylian Mbappe, and then they're gonna turn around and pay him 700 million euros a year. 700 million euros a year. It's just gonna be a 1-year contract, so he can go to Madrid after. $13.4 million a week. Chat. What can we do with $13 million a week? $700 million a year. How much of that are y'all tricking? That's what I want to know. How much of the $13 million a week are y'all tricking, chat? I know how much I'm tricking. I'm tricking half of it. Half of it. Anybody can get anything they want. How much of that 700 million in a year are y'all tricking? Not just on your old lady. You can have multiple. I ain't gonna say it. You can do your thing. If you making 700 million euros a year, you can do your thing. That's crazy. Just at Real Madrid in a good position, get him on a free next summer. Yeah, that's what it looked like it always was going to be. You know, of course, reports came out of, Arsenal saying that, they was not Arsenal. Arsenal never said it, but there were rumors coming out of the in the nose with Arsenal. They're saying that they were interested in him and they had contact with the player camp. But of course, wages would be an issue. No shit. Saudis offer him $700 million for a year. Wages are going to be an issue. That's insane. Yeah, we're going to be might fuck around and buy layer cake. Fuck that shit. 10 million. Yeah, we'd be able to buy layer cake, do all the tricking we wanted. Man, buy all our favorite spots. Deja vu, all that. We'll be set. 700 million a year for Kylian Mbappe is nuts, man. But the thing is, they'll make quite a bit of that back just in the jerseys. And that's going to be a crazy jersey to have. Think about that in 30, 40 years. Or even 20 years, to have the rare Kylian Mbappe jersey of Al Hilal that was only available for 1 year. Like, just imagine that. How much that's going to, I ain't going to say how much that's going to be worth, but, like a sort of replica item. That's like Ohtani, like him get trading at the deadline and going to play for the Yankees for 6 months. That jersey going to sell like hotcakes. Hotcakes. It's going to sell. Y'all let me know, 931-603-1476 about the $700 million a year. Kylian Mbappe. What y'all doing with that $700 million a year, man? How much is that? How much y'all going to trick? How much y'all going to do in the philanthropy? Well, tricking and philanthropy, that's sort of under the same umbrella, depending on who you ask. That all the philanthropists, shit, there's philanthropists in the hood that's been tricking for years. They philanthropists too. What's the difference? They tricking. They're giving money, to a good cause. And sometimes a good cause. Sometimes it ain't. But it's in the same umbrella. What y'all doing with the $700 million a year that Kylian Mbappe has been offered from Al Hilal? Al Hilal. Crazy money. But even if he went there for a year, man, like I said, that jersey is going to sell like fucking hotcakes. Hotcakes. Let's take a caller in. Yo, Austin, what's good?
What up, fam?
What's up with you, man?
Hey, is it official? Did they accept the bid?
Yeah, it's official. They accepted it, but that don't mean he got to go.
Oh man,
they accepted it, but it's up to him.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go through with it. I mean,
You think he'll go to Saudi Arabia for a year?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of if you're PSG, you have. I mean, you really have no choice.
They can't lose him on a free for FFP reasons. That'll fuck them in FFP.
Yeah. So you got to take this, because if you don't, you can't let them walk for free next year.
No, so, that's going to show as a. If I'm not mistaken, that shows as a loss for whatever his value is. It should show as a loss on an accounting sheet. It's an asset that they have. That's a 200, and whatever they value him at, 200 million, 150 million, whatever he is on the market, that's a loss that they show on FFP.
Right. So,
man,
you know what I'm saying? If you have the best player in the world, like there, and he's transferring out, like there's no way you let him walk for free.
You can't.
At any club.
You can't.
On any level. That's too much of a financial burden. You can't do that.
That's why they're accepting anything for him. I don't think he'll go to Al Hilal, though, to be honest. If he does,
you don't think so?
If he does, he's the ultimate mercenary, bro.
I mean,
bro, he is the ultimate. But I can't blame him, bro. $700 million in a year is insane.
I mean, why not though? Go make you a little cheese. You know what I'm saying? Then you get to go to your dream club, or not dream club. No, apparently it's Arsenal. Let you tell it. But
and he's an Arsenal fan. That's all I was saying.
I mean, get you some bread, make almost $1 billion in 1 year.
In 1 year,
go play for Madrid.
And then Madrid's gonna turn around and pay him fucking 500 over 5. So, I mean, he's taking a big pay cut. But
yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
I mean, he's still making what? Over $1 billion in 2 years.
Yeah, over $1 billion in 2 years. Fucking nuts, man. Crazy. Well, he won't make $1 billion in 2 years. He'll make 800. They'll probably pay him 100 million. But that's just in salary. That's not counting like the sponsorships and shit that he has. So he'll make over $1 billion in a year. What can you even still play for at that point? That's the thing. So if you're Kylian Mbappe, you make all that money. Of course, money is a driver. I'm not going to say it corrupts players all the time, but it changes players. That's not, that's a fact. If you get that much money already, and he's only 20-something years old, 24, I think, 23.
What's the incentive to play? Yeah.
What's the incentive to play after that? And of course, they always say, oh, for the game and all that. Dude, your mind changes when you make that much money, man.
Yeah, like you be in your mind, in the back of your head, like, it's really worth it.
Right.
Is it really worth me risking it? You know what I'm saying? No,
yeah.
I definitely hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen Tottenham was on the table. I said, yeah, okay.
Man, they on the table to try and get his signature. They asking for an autograph. Tottenham is. He ain't gonna sign no contract. They just want him to sign a piece of paper to get his signature. That'd be the closest thing they've had to a winner there in years.
They said clubs to the contract, PSG, that Saudi team, Chelsea, Man U, Tottenham, Inter, and Barca.
Barca contacted him and said, we have no money, but we can offer you as many players as you want.
Right. We ain't got no bread, but we can get you these players.
Because they don't want him to go to. But ain't no way he'll go to Barca because he wants to go to Madrid. So that's not happening. Right. And ain't no way he goes to Barca for a year and leaves on a free to Madrid. That's just
to Madrid. Yeah,
there's no way that happens.
No, not a chance in hell.
But how many players would you have to give up? You'd have to. So they would want enough players to match their valuation for Mbappe, I'd assume, to minimize that loss. Because even if they take Barca's dog shit players, they're only going to be valued at like 50 million altogether. So you're still PSG still incurring 150 million euro loss on the balance sheets after this year, even if they get those player swaps.
Yeah.
So that don't make sense.
Based on the index rating for chances, Tottenham has 0.2% chance. The Saudi team's leading. They got over 2/3 of the vote, 66%.
Really?
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, it's probably a win-win scenario for both. I think that's honestly the best option because PSG still gets their bread.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't let him walk free, and he gets paid too, and it's only 1 year. And Madrid wins because it's a free transfer next summer.
You're right. So, it makes all the sense in the world for all parties. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not a win for Mbappe ultimately because he's gonna make all that money, and then what's he got to play for after that? So is it really a win for him?
I mean, yeah.
It's all about who he is as a person too, but I think he's driven enough.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think he's still like, you know, I still think he'll want it. So I mean, how old is he? He's still like what, 24?
Young, 24. I think 24 at the most, 24. Let me see how old is Mbappe. 700. He's 24. So he's still got a good 7-8 years of earning high wages. You know what I mean? The cream of the crop wages, and playing at the cream of the crop level for another 8 years. So
and then he gonna come to MLS, play for Nashville. You know, on the back.
Speaking of Nashville, man, when are we gonna get Sam Surridge in here, man? What's the latest on that?
Hey, I heard we got him on the Southwest first thing in the morning.
Oh my God, man! What the hell is taking them so long? I want to know.
Yeah, this is insane. I mean, so apparently, from what I did read last night, is that we're literally we even upped the offer. Like we said, like, you know, we ain't playing around. We offered up some more bread. I think there's some other contract stuff that they're trying to work out. They said that he should be announced sometime this week, but they also said that 2 weeks ago. So
that was said 2 weeks ago, and apparently he was pictured in Nashville at the airport with the GM 2 months ago. So what the?
Right.
I mean, they need him now.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I think the Batman signal out Sam Surridge at the top of the AT&T building in Nashville. He say, hey, we need you.
Man, we put an England flag on that motherfucker.
Right.
Because we can't have Bunbury leading the line no more.
Yeah, Bunsbury.
Bunsbury, it can't happen, man. I'm tired of seeing him up there.
We was watching last night. He got the ball at the top of 18. and he had a wide open shot.
Struck it clean.
Anywhere but straight at the keeper.
like a magnet to the keeper, man. This shit is crazy. Talk about Mukhtar's impact though. As soon as he got on the pitch yesterday, though, man,
that was crazy. The man came on within 10, 15 minutes, had a goal and assist. That's crazy. Insane.
Crazy.
Hey, you see MLS the cover or the Apple TV covers? They said Messi the Argentinian Mukhtar.
They said Messi the Argentinian Mukhtar.
Yes, bro.
See that's why people make fun of Americans. I'm being honest. That's why people make fun of Americans, because we say stupid shit sometimes.
Somebody get fired over there at Apple TV. They say he's the Argentinian Mukhtar.
Yeah.
I say, hey, I don't see no lies.
They gotta chill, man.
He ain't got no, hold on. He ain't got no MLS Golden Boot. He ain't got no MLS MVP.
No, you right about that. He ain't got none of that yet.
Yeah. Hey, that's crazy though. He about to be the first to have an MLS player win the Ballon d'Or. It's crazy.
He should win the Ballon d'Or. In my opinion, I mean, don't give it to Haaland, man. He's playing in a juiced system.
He's gonna win that World Cup. Won it for him.
Yeah, it had to, bro. It had to.
Yeah, the World Cup won it for him.
Because that performance was insane in the World Cup by him.
Yeah,
just dragging a nation.
He scored a goal in every game in the knockout round.
Yeah,
insane.
And that was
not like he got carried.
That's been his biggest knock, is that he wasn't showing up.
Yeah.
In the Copa America final all them years ago, when he retired and came back, he missed the penalty that game, and then he goes to the World Cup this year and carries Argentina. Granted, Scaloni was really good that tournament, and they had a really talented team, but they weren't dominating games.
He carried his weight.
Yeah, he scored clutch goals.
Like he was along for the ride.
Yeah, scored clutch goals when he needed to. Was laying off assists. Alvarez scored a good goal. Messi was involved with it. You know, he pulled his weight. Like, they can't just say he got carried to a title like Ronaldo got carried in the Euros. You know, they can't say that.
Oh, that's crazy.
No, he did. Crazy. He wasn't even on the field to win it.
Yeah, he ain't lying.
But you know what irritates me is all the cameras was on him because he was doing a whole bunch of shenanigans next to the coach, going like that and going like that. Like, he pisses me off at that shit, man.
You seen him in the locker room afterwards? He says the greatest moment of my life.
Yeah. Motherfucker, you didn't do nothing.
I'm going crazy. No, but I'm about to be pushing all kinds of MLS narratives, man. We got a Ballon d'Or winner Oh,
Best league in the world. Best league in the Western Hemisphere. Hey, man, they could, if they really wanted to, they could have the best league in the Western Hemisphere if they really wanted to.
Yes. No, hey, you see they got that photo of the relegation coming up.
I thought USL was
USL.
MLS is they're not gonna buy into that though.
Well, no, I mean it's two. I mean,
it's two different entities, ain't it?
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, I think if they're gonna make it work, I don't think it's gonna work. But if they were to make it work, I think they need to come together. Like MLS be the top league.
Yeah.
USL be like the second league. Then USL 2 is the third league. You know what I'm saying?
They have a USL 2.
Yeah.
USL is all the way down to grassroots.
Yeah. USL has a second league. There's a tier. I'll send it to you. There's a tier of leagues in the United States. Man, that's actually a shit ton of them, honestly. I mean, most of them are like semi-pro.
That's the best thing that can happen to the MLS. They have to implement a relegation system, man. Soccer is not soccer without a relegation system, though. They've got to find a way to make it work.
Do you think? Okay, so if they were to do that, and MLS got involved, and they combined together, they joined together to make it work. MLS became, the equivalent of the Premier League.
Yeah.
Not talent-wise, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Do you think that they should do away with the playoff format and just have the league title? Like, you know what I'm saying?
They need to make it. I would say make it a different cup, but they've already got the League Cup there. Like if we could look at the European leagues, they have. So here's what they should do. They should do away with the playoffs. Fuck the playoffs, in my opinion. Fuck the playoffs. Make it to where every game in the league matters as it should. That's what makes the European League so much better. Is there's no playoffs. It's how you do during the year, and it all comes down to that final day. It creates suspense throughout the year and keeps every game competitive, right? So if the MLS kept it like that, did away with the playoffs, they need to have a North and South American intercontinental cup is what they need. You know what I mean?
You're talking about like with the South American team?
Yeah.
Stuff like that?
It's got to be like a Champions League. It's got to be like the top 3, top 4 MLS teams or maybe more.
We do have that.
What is that called?
Well, I mean, it's CONCACAF. We got the CONCACAF Champions League.
Yeah, that's what they need. They need to pour the money into that, and then they need to have the League Cup up and jumping. But the League Cup needs to be like the FA Cup for England, to where all the teams are involved. You know what I mean? Even down to like, so the lower USL teams need to be doing the qualifying throughout the offseason, or however hell they do the qualifying, to where the first round, like you have an MLS team, they've got it like in the FA Cup, that first round, the Premier League teams, when they play a team that's in the second tier, or no, it's like the 4th tier of England, right? They go to that away stadium and they play there for that first round. So they need to have a League Cup that has at least 4 tiers of teams in it. I'm talking like a 100-team tournament, right?
Right.
It's literally like the FA Cup has in England. And then that could be the League Cup, right? And then they have the Continental Cup outside of that, the CONCACAF Champions League sort of thing. And then they have their league thing without no playoffs. I mean, to me, that's what. Go ahead.
Yeah, they had the Champions League. I actually watched the final back in June.
Yeah.
With Lyon and LAFC. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
How many?
I actually really like.
Yeah, how many MLS teams get into that?
Okay, so I'm looking at the round of 16. I'm counting up the teams. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about 5 MLS. I mean, I'm trying to look at the format of it and how it works. I think it's like the top 4 teams in MLS qualify for it.
Yeah.
So you have to finish, but it's only regular season though. Or actually, no. It's based off the playoff format, not the regular season. So as long as you make it to the semifinal, you get into the CONCACAF
Champions League. And so that's good for now with the playoffs and such.
Yeah.
But
for sure,
soccer's not meant to have fucking playoffs, man. They just need to.
I think it's because it's an American format. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, we're
that's
so
that.
used to
Yeah, that's that American shit. But if you notice, these American sports like your basketballs, and MLB, they're trying to make the regular season games more important because they realize there's so much fluff in the regular season. You're losing viewers throughout the regular season. It's not like the Premier League where every single weekday or match day matters. You got 38 match days, and every single one of them motherfuckers matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not the case with the MLS right now.
Yeah, I love the match day 38, man. Like, you got two teams that are right there and they're playing at the same time, so it's kind of really hard to tell what you may need a result, so you may need a draw.
Yeah.
But then they score, and now you need a win to clinch the title. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's exhilarating. That's what relegation won. That's what relegation creates, and also the games, every game mattering creates. It creates that deadline feeling of that last day to where, you wake up, you're a fan of the team. You wake up that morning, you don't know if your team's getting relegated or not. You don't have a clue.
Right.
And you don't have a clue until the end because both teams are playing at the same time. So you're checking both games. It's just better all around, Hey,
I was sick, man. So 2 years ago,
when
we were in Liverpool, Man City, it came down to the last day, final day.
Yeah.
Man City was. Dude, I was at Party Foul down there in Nashville as a Liverpool watch party. They were down 2-0, and they kept checking in throughout our game of the score. They were down 2-0.
Yeah.
And then we came back and tied with the Wolves. I was turned, and then we scored. I thought Salah did it. I thought we had a Aguero moment, and then kind of find out Man City scored 4 goals in 5 minutes. I'm like, man, what the?
I remember that.
I would have rather just got blown out. You know what I'm saying? Instead of go through that. I was hot.
The motherfuckers be cheating, Manchester City do, man.
Yeah.
Cheating, boy.
Hey, they got the sanctions coming. I'm telling you, they about to get that title strip.
They need to get cooked for that. They got over 100 some violations.
Hey, relegate them. Send them down to champions.
Send their ass down. Hey, you know what they would? It'll never happen. But what would they do in the championship against those teams? What would Pep do against them guys?
Oh my God. It'd be nasty work, man. They get their market value up. Every single one of them get their market value up playing in that league. Oh my God.
Yeah, they'd have fucking 80% of possession, 1,000,000 shots on goal. The other team have 10 red cards because it's physical. That League One or the championship is physical, man. So they might not have it as easy as they think.
Oh yeah, them teams don't care. They know they don't have a chance. They taking out knees.
Right. They're gonna rough them up. They're gonna leave a cleat on them, or a spike on them.
Yeah, we're gonna send you back up there, but we're gonna make sure you pay for it.
Man, so that's what I think. That's a good question that you had asked about what they need to do with relegation. I think and I know that this is just me talking about it, and there's so many hurdles, infrastructure wise, for the MLS to be able to get this done. And I don't see them really uniting with the USL. From what I've heard, it's not really the best. They don't really have a very good relationship, do they?
No, not really.
But hell, Liv didn't have a good relationship with PGA Tour, and look what happened with them.
Yeah, that's crazy. I did not ever.
That shit came out of nowhere. It was insane.
Hey,
the players didn't even know, they say. But yeah, money. That's what money do, man.
I feel bad for is the people that stuck up for PGA.
So exactly. So your Zalatoris, he was offered, a couple $100 million or $100 million to go play on the Live Tour, stayed, showed his loyalty to the PGA, and his back's fucked up now. He hasn't played all year.
Yeah.
That's shitty.
Yeah, you made all these players feel guilty, guilt them into backing you.
Yeah.
And then just to turn to go over there anyway. Yeah, that's insane. I'd be hot.
And the shit they said, they were making 9/11 comments and shit about the Saudis, Monahan was and stuff, to turn around and then take the money. Where's the honor?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was insane. Go ahead.
If you go out there and cast those stones, you know what I'm saying, you better live by it.
Stand on it. Stand on it.
Yeah.
It's insane to say that type of stuff to begin with, but to say that stuff and then go back on it and get into business with them is just that's nasty. That's nasty work, bro. That's just terrible.
Hey, you see what's the thing won the Open this weekend?
Brian Harman. Yeah, they said he was playing slow as hell. He was waggling. He was stand over the ball and they had a waggle counter on his ass one time. He would do like 12 waggles, waggle the club behind the ball, look at the flag, look back at the ball, and just kept doing that like 12 times. And I guess he was getting berated by the fans out there. I don't know if he was because he was playing slow or if it's because he's just not a fan favorite, but he was getting heckled the whole weekend and talked about it too.
Oh, that's insane.
It's different.
I feel like
it's different heckling somebody at a golf tournament versus heckling somebody at a baseball game or even a basketball game. Because
like, what do you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you get heckled at a golf tournament? I'm genuinely curious. Like, what do you say to somebody?
Like for example, and I've been to golf tournaments and I ain't never heckled nobody. But for example, it would be like when they'd hit a ball, when Harman would hit a ball from the fairway towards the green, there'd be somebody behind him or around him say, "Get in the bunker," shit like that. Just wishing for the ball to do bad. Which I mean, that's energy. Yeah. And I think that's where I don't know if that's where the line was drawn with what they said. They might have said even worse. There's no telling. But
ain't no the golf.
There's no telling, bro.
You go to the right place, you might hear the wrong thing.
Yeah. So, but he was getting heckled all weekend. They asked him about it, and he said, he would just say like a certain saying to himself, and that helped him get through the tournament. But that's pretty shitty, man. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, what has he done? I ain't never heard nothing bad about Harman of him doing anything crazy. I mean, the guy plays slow and he waggled the ball and stood over the ball for like 10 minutes before every shot, but that ain't got nothing to do with him as a person for you heckling him.
That's how you get it done. That's how you get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Can you imagine how nervous he was during the fucking tournament? I know when I'm nervous and I'm golfing at a local bullshit Muni course, I'm waggling like that too because I'm nervous. This guy's playing on international TV in the Open Championship. Hey, never won a major before in his life. He's nervous shitting bricks. Of course you going to do that. That's a nervous tick in golf when you're standing over the ball like that, waggling, looking at that's a nervous tick that golfers do when you're not as confident as you are, over the ball. That's what it is. It's obvious he was nervous.
Right. Ain't nothing more nervous than when I'm at the golf course. I'm opening up on hole number 1. I'm teeing off. You got the whole group behind you, about 2 groups behind you, getting ready to start 2, getting ready to swing, and you missed the first 3 swings. I ain't gonna lie, my out there beat reds, embarrassed.
Hey, what's more nerve wracking? What's more nerve wracking? You sitting on the first tee having a bunch of people watching you, or you hitting the ball on the tee when the cart girl, you had just bought something from the cart girl and she's looking at you. Which one's more nerve wracking?
Oh, man. Hey, you funny you say that, man. When I went a couple weekends ago down there in Murfreesboro. I went, and I will say that's more embarrassing, bro. Cart girl would drive by. I'm on hole like 8. I'm sweating. Hey,
you sweating because it's hot or because the cart girl drove by?
Oh no, because it's hot outside. It was like 90 degrees. I'm out there sweating. I'm teeing up. I got my 9-iron out.
Yeah.
And I swing. And think about it, I had my 95s on. I forgot to switch to my golf cleats. So I had my 95s on. I rolled my ankle, bro.
In front of the cart girl?
In front of the cart girl.
Oh my God.
I was down bad. My dad's over there laughing, making a bigger scene than it really was. Yeah, it was. I was down bad. At that moment, I turned into my villain arc and came back and won. It motivated me.
Had to. But chat, y'all let me know in the comments, what's more nerve-wracking when you're golfing? When you're standing in front of the starter and the next group behind you trying to hit? Or if you hitting in front of the cart girl? Y'all let me know in the comments, man. What is more nerve-wracking? I know it's more nerve-wracking for me hitting in front of that damn cart girl. That's what's more nerve-wracking. I'll top a ball and hit one into the woods in a heartbeat. Man.
Hey, we need to do a golf game.
A TFTV golf. Yeah, TFTV golf outing.
Yeah,
we're gonna do that.
Yeah, we're gonna do best ball because I definitely ain't hitting more than 50 yards.
That's
off the tee.
the thing though. You fuck up in front of the car girl, it make you feel guilty. Like you got to go buy some more shit for her and tip her or some shit.
Right.
Make you feel guilty about fucking up, man. I don't know how that works.
Yeah. She came back later in like the 15th hole. Came back and asked for if we wanted some more drinks. I was like, I was too embarrassed. I was getting ready to tee up. I didn't even look at her. I couldn't. I couldn't even do it. My dad over there, hey, you want something? Trying to make me interact. Nope, I'm good.
No, just looking down, focused.
Yeah,
man, that shit crazy. So if we're that nervous, like at the local course, how nervous do you think this dude was in front of thousands of people on TV, broadcasted to millions at a major that he ain't never won? He ain't never won a major at all. Millions of dollars on the line. You gonna be nervous, man.
I'd have pissed out my leg. He better than me. I would have folded.
That shit. And the thing with golf, the crazy thing with golf is when you're nervous, it's not like you could pass the ball to a teammate. It's not like basketball where you can choose not to take a shot.
Yeah. It's not like a pitcher either. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You get a pitcher, you can get taken out. You know? Then it's on you. You got to get yourself out the jam.
Exactly. It's on you. You. Ain't no bullpen, ain't no substitute, or ain't no rotation. It's you.
Man.
And you can't go nowhere because you're out in the middle of the golf course.
Man.
So it just puts things in perspective for people that ain't never played. Well, even for people that have played golf, these guys have so much pressure on them, man. It's insane. Granted, they're professionals, but still, man, that shit is nerve-wracking. Just think about what Tiger did all them years, man, and how he was able to get through that. Because, he had more people follow him than anybody.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went insane. Well, he won like what? The two or three, or he won back-to-back Masters, didn't he?
Yeah, back-to-back Masters. He had the Tiger Slam in 2000.
Yeah.
Where he won all four majors, just did a sweep. It's just insane.
Yeah, he's elite. Hey, Charlie. Watch out for Charlie.
Hey, man,
he's coming up.
I seen a video of him last week, and Charlie Woods, man, his swing gets better every time I see him. And he gets bigger every time I see him. Like, he looks like he grows, like he gets taller by 3 or 4 inches every video I see him every, like, 3 or 4 months. It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he going to be one of them. I'm excited.
He's built like how Tiger was built when he was that age. Like in the videos that you see a Tiger, tall, a little lengthy, room to grow into the frame. I just wonder what Tiger does with him. Because I wonder if Tiger has any regrets about bulking up and stuff. Because Tiger was really bulky in his like prime. He was really bulky. So I wonder what he does with Charlie if he recommends him to take that same route or stay a little more limber. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's all about like filling in the right way, and it goes for any sport. You don't want to add a bunch of weight all at once.
Yeah.
You got to kind of let your body fill into it, kind of work your way into it. Otherwise, your body can only carry so much weight well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you start adding all that weight, yeah, it's insane. to me, got 2 bad knees now.
But you're right though. It's all about, and your body's got to get acclimated to whatever changes you're making to your body.
Yeah,
it's the way you're moving, especially if you're moving in a space like a golf swing where everything has to be synced up and on time. If you're going through body composition changes, it's going to affect your game, and especially if you get bulky. It's just, of course, I'm sure he'd still remain flexible when he gets bulky, but it's still, I just wonder if Tiger attributes the injuries that he was plagued with because of his composition. I wonder what he attributes it to. All the injuries he had. He ain't going to attribute to all the gambling and drinking he was doing.
Oh yeah, the hoes.
Yeah, he ain't going to attribute it to that. But I just wonder what path he has Charlie on with that. It's interesting to see.
Hopefully
think about.
Hopefully being a good role model.
Man,
but
it's hard for Tiger to be a good role model, man.
We'll go out there in a golf outing, man. Hey, I'm gonna burn my beat up top flight, so you know what I'm saying. I know y'all probably got all the Callaways. I'm going out there with my.
I got good clubs, but Mike don't. Mike is working on getting new clubs. when he plays.
He's trying to get.
Yeah, but if I keep taking his money when we play, he ain't gonna be able to get no new golf clubs. So maybe I got to go a little easier on him.
Yeah, I got some top flights been passed down from my dad. My dad get them brand new Callaways, the good ones.
Oh damn! I know he hit some motherfuckers a mile. Them new clubs, man, have you hitting them far?
Yeah. He's been like, he said like 1,300. I was like, God dang.
Yeah,
1,300 clubs is insane.
Makes a difference though. Like if you go from a really old generation club to this new technology they have, is night and day, bro. It's crazy.
You'd be smacking them out the park.
Yeah, facts. And you can control your ball a lot better. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
I'm afraid
insane.
Now.
Let me see. You plan on going to any of the Titans training camp dates? That's the open ones. Let me read off the open dates. I know I'm gonna try and make it to all of them if I can.
Yeah, but you also have, remember remember I was telling you last
the
night,
raffle.
You had a bid for it. So they had like a little email that came out like a couple weeks ago. It was like, you got to submit your name, your email, all that stuff, and then which date you would like to apply for. I put on 5 dates, and I didn't get a single one. I was sick. So,
when did they come out?
You said when did they come out?
Yeah, I ain't got no emails neither.
It came out like 2 weeks ago. They sent out an email to everybody.
No, I know I put my name in the hat for the lottery, but I ain't get nothing else after that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if you ain't get it, you ain't get it. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no fucking way. Are you serious?
Dead serious, dude.
Man, I'm gonna find a way to be able to get that damn practice. I don't give a damn what they talking about.
Hey, that's what we was talking about. That's what you know.
Yeah.
Pull some strings.
Man,
because I can go to the training camps because I don't go to work because I work in Nashville, so I can go to the training camps and then go to work afterwards. So
man, I'm finna call them. I'm finna call them as soon as I get off this and get some damn tickets, man. That's some bullshit.
But like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's some bullshit.
I hear you. I'm trying to see my prized possession. I'm trying to see my boy Kyle Phillips put some work in.
Yeah, Cooper Cup Light.
Hey, we have a TFTV fantasy draft. I'm taking him first.
Oh my
god. First
overall. Oh my god. You gonna take an L?
Hey, I'm playing the long game.
For a keeper. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be bad. But yeah, man, I'm finna wrap this son of a gun up, man. I gotta call the Titans to get some damn tickets to training camp, man. This is some bullshit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, bro. I'll holler at you.
X1 show come out Tuesday.
That's right. X1 show coming out Tuesday. Had some clips out today, man. It's a really good show we recorded last night.
Yes, sir. All right, man. I'll catch you.
All right, bro. Bad. So yeah, Titans did a raffle for the training camp. So they sent out an email saying, hey, we got these 5 dates. Put your name down. Check the boxes that you want for these 5 dates. I ain't got no email from them since then. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on with that. I'm going to give them a call. Because we are going to try and get to training camp, give y'all some content, some behind-the-scenes content for those that can't go since it's a raffle. You know, it's apparently a lot of people probably put it in if I didn't get no dates. And he didn't get no dates either. There has to be some type of issue in their system. But I'm going to call to figure out. Either way, we'll find a way to be there at least one of the days to get y'all some content at training camp. Maybe try and sneak up on a player interview or something. But we'll see. But appreciate y'all joining Sports Section Morning Show. Episode 11. This will be out on podcast, streaming services today, and it'll be out on YouTube video tomorrow at the latest. So, appreciate y'all joining. Of course, make sure y'all subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Twitch, give us a follow on all social media at TFTV Sports, and then on Threads and Instagram, TFTV.sports. Follow us on X at TFTV Sports. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good one.